My name is Nathan Hare. I am a lead writer for Act 1.
Hi, my name is Zach Mayo. I am a writing assistant for Act 1.
My name is Glenn Bryant. I'm with Act 2. I'm the act leader.
My name is Matt Collier. I'm the act leader for Act 3 in the writing camp thing.
Our act is one of 3 based on our adaptations of Twilight Zone episodes. So the plots are pretty far-fetched, kind of sci-fi, futuristic. Time travel, I know, is another one for another act. In particular, ours is based on the theme of fear. So, in a nutshell, 7 individuals check themselves into a treatment center for phobias. They each enter with various fears that they've developed through some random story that comes up within the act, and they are put in a position where the only way that they can overcome them is to deal with these apparitions of them, which come from this machine that has been developed by scientists, technological experts, and all this. So it sounds pretty far-fetched, which it does look like that on paper. But the whole point of it is, they're reaching their goals by dealing with their fears.
Right.
The machine is a recent addition to this facility. After many, many years, we can assume, of scientific and technological advancement, this machine has the ability to capture, is the best way I can describe it, the fears of these patients that come in. So pretty much remove their phobias just by them placing their hands on the machine or something like that. And to them, once that happens and they're able to be rid of these phobias, they pretty much think that that's it and they're good to go. But what they don't know is that the only way to overcome these fears is defeat these apparitions of their fears that sort of haunt them individually after the machine malfunctions and breaks.
And I guess the overall metaphor of the act and that we're trying to portray is facing your fears is not just sucking them in and just putting them away. There's more of a challenge when facing your fears. They can't just go away. You have to fight them.
Well, it's about a society where it's highly stratified in a social class, and the color of your clothing denotes your social class, and it's very, very important. And we have a man and a woman that they fell in love and had a union that they shouldn't have had, and produced 2 children that they shouldn't have had. So in the best interest of the children, they split them, one going with the mother who comes from a wealthy patrician family, and one going with the father who comes from a red family or a lower class family. And they find out that the 2 children grow up and come to find out that they're sisters, all against the backdrop of what may be a world-ending cataclysm. And fun ensues.
Our act is a time travel story in which time travelers have to go back to the 1880s to prevent a paradox of some sort from occurring, and they get caught up in the circus in the time period and have misadventures.
I believe my favorite part about being on the writing staff this year is because this is my first time doing it, and it opens up a world to me of how hard it is to actually mediate a room. When I was a camper, I always brushed it off that the head writers made it seem very easy, but as stepping in, it's more of a challenge to actually be on the other side of things on the writing staff, and it's more rewarding that way, in my opinion.
Right. I've been in similar positions a couple other times in past camps, but this year in particular, I would say, has posed a lot more challenges in different ways. I think, based on the show's theme and it is centered around, Twilight Zone themes. So, with that in itself, that there's going to be a lot of complex, sci-fi, futuristic, non-realistic things that we're going to have to come up with, and we have to be creative and imaginative. And it has been stressful for everybody. Writers Camp pretty much always is, and that's to be expected. But I do enjoy being able to help the campers come up with the right ideas. Make sure that they consider each other's ideas, and because I've done it before, I do know some of the ins and outs and what doesn't work, what works, and so I'm able to tell what's going to be a problem in the future or what will work wonderfully, and those kind of things. So I would like to think it's been helpful.
Oh boy, just starting with nothing and feeling really panicked and terrified about it, and then suddenly somehow it just comes together. It's not a mystery. It's not suddenly somehow. It's because those kids work hard and they put everything they have into the script, and it's kind of cliche, but it turns into magic. It does. Tonight is when things really got exciting. We got a middle to the plot. There's some really, really good moments that I want to see on stage, including one thing that we've never done before. At least as far as I'm aware, that we've never done before, that we might do. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I have had a good time. I don't know. Okay, my favorite part has been that I trust my group so that because I've had a baby that's got an ear infection, I've been able to leave, and they've totally been able to write without me being there like half the time. So, my group is terrific. Probably the best writing group I've ever worked with.